Well, the first part of the day has gone off without a hitch. Can't be much more than after 6:14 right now a.m. I have all 6 horses loaded in the back. Now you may say, which 6? There's only 3 to qualify. Melisandre is in the back. She's going to school. Country Dancing is being returned to Tim right now. And Atrant is racing on Thursday, and she's on her way over also. We have 3 horses qualifying today. Yes, I'm aware that What a Lady, What a Night was put in with Pacers. It was a mistake. It was an error. It happens. Not a big deal. I'm actually glad, because had they not made the error, that means What a Lady, What a Night would have got in with either Allie's Got Grit or High High Hopes. Neither scenario I would be super happy with. So, although qualifying a young trotter against Pacers is not certainly far from ideal, of the 3 options we had, still the one I would pick, quite frankly. So, on our way to the Meadows with 6 horses, you know, I got to bed, I washed my suit, washed my undershirt, and forgot them at the house. Stayed up to take them out of the washer and forgot them at the house. But I think I have another one in my. I think I have another one in my bag anyway. Got to bed around 1 o'clock or so. Back up at 4:30, and 4:35. Had a shower, shave, and on my way. You know, I looked at on my way in today. I refreshed myself a little bit with some of the races, just thinking about the races, how they went. You know, what I talked about last night, and I think I stand behind what I'd said about the horses last night when I look at our 4 fillies and how they raced. Fire and Shine raced better than expected. That's not to take anything away from the filly, but if you would have said to me, Fire and Shine is going to be your fastest mile tonight, aside from a blazing hot pace in a division, which it didn't happen, I would not believe that. So a great race from her, 57-2, 28-1. She's come a long way. Still has a lot of maturing to do. You know, on that note of maturing, Foxy Seaside found herself in a difficult spot last night where she has speed, she has talent. She's not hot, so it's not like she's a runaway. But last night when she was out of gear, when I doubled her up coming off the car, I started to cinch her up going down the backstretch to the quarter pole. You could see her get out of gear. She was only at her most comfortable spot when she was in 5th gear. 27-3, paid a toll. At the time, it seemed like they were okay fractions for a filly that just won at 56. 56-4. But clearly they weren't. Now, whether it was the pace or whether it was her, maybe she just got fatigued a little bit because she'd been off 2 weeks. She just didn't have any pop, no zap to her. And I know there's going to be people say, well, you know, if you had to put her in the 3-hole in the first turn, well, I can assure you of one thing. I'm the first one to say, hey, I made a mistake. I should have done this. I should have done that. Had I tried to, or finally got her in the 3-hole in the first turn, I can assure you she would have been on the run before the quarter pole. That's 1,000% in my mind. So we got to work some bugs out of a pretty quick filly, but most of Foxy Seaside's bugs, in fact, I would say 90% or more of them are mental. And she's not stupid, she's not rude, she's not ignorant. So I guess that statement itself is not accurate. I would say some of her issues are physical. What I mean by that is maturity. And because of that immaturity, she finds herself in a position where she's forced to overcome some maybe mental blocks that she has. You would think a filly as slick-gaited and as big and strong as her, especially a filly that did sit in the hole. When she won her first start, she was in the 2-hole, drove her over into the hole, right? Let Ronnie go, actually, I believe. Sat on his bumper and got out and dead heated with him. That's how the horse is supposed to act. So why wasn't she like that last night? Was it just a half-mile track? The thought of going in and out of 4 turns, was it just a little more anxiety? It's very possible. I didn't see any glaring soreness or lameness issues with her last night, but the proof's in the pudding. She was not good. So we have to get her back to good. She was already. It's not like I'm telling you, I think this is a good filly, and I just need to see her do a little bit more. No, I already know she's a good filly. So do you. Watch the race, her first start. We need to get her to where her mind matches her desire. I think that's the best way to put it. So Foxy is not far off being a very good horse, but make no mistake, there is another side to that coin. She's not far off being a train wreck if we don't get her under control. So I think step one would be that will be her last start on a half for a little bit. We'll see if that's the issue. I think I am going to call Stacy this morning and see if Stacy and Brett would like to take her under their wings, so to speak. Just a bigger track, I think. If we can get that, we need to get that anxiety, that stress level down in this filly, and then I think you're going to see her start to come forward. That's my 2 cents. Now, as I said at the start, gorgeous package. Makes the break last night. I think I refreshed myself with what I had said last night in the heat of the moment, so to speak, after the races. And I agree with myself, oddly enough. 100% what I saw last night was mechanical. I was happy that there wasn't a whole lot found in her airway, and everything that was found there was easily explainable. And I don't think any of it played a role in the way she raced. All of it was evidence of how she raced. Not a reason why she raced that way. Get the borium off her, get her angles down to 50 degrees, do a little vet work on her. And we'll take those earplugs off of her too. And the line pulls. Go back to a head pull on the left. Just know that she'll wander sometimes. But again, what I just said at the start may help mitigate some of that wandering also. A little bit of vet work. Get her angles down, get her under control. So that is gorgeous package. And then Rose Run Alexandra, man, if we could just rinse and repeat all summer long, I don't mean the finish, but the way we raced her and the way she raced, will be definitely moving in the right direction. She looked and felt amazing last night. So happy, very, very happy with her in Ontario. As I said, I got to catch up with James a little bit last night. He was thoroughly pleased, and it's been a while since we had a very positive conversation about the burn. There's always been an air. There's always been something going on that's wrong. But again, when you start to chisel away and get rid of those horses that take up some of that conversation, things start to look a little brighter. And I think that's what we saw last night. Sure, My Wicked Heart didn't race good. I kind of wish I just had to put her in the sale now. But I'm sure she'll be fine. I still think that we can reach out, maybe get her to somebody in Hanover and get her raced a little bit, a couple of starts, see what happens when we get some confidence into her. I don't think she's a great filly, but it goes back to what I always say. I'll always find a way to stick up for a horse that tries. And I can tell you, you and I both know, all of us know, My Wicked Heart's not a stake filly, but she tries. She wants to be a better horse, and although that sometimes doesn't cut it, certainly doesn't mean we exclude her first, maybe. Those types of horses are the ones that are the last to be cut, right? The last to leave the barn. And I'll stand behind that. I have no problem hanging around with horses and humans that, want to work hard every day. I certainly have no problems with that. So that's where we're left right now. Overall, so happy with the efforts of Yo Mister and then Brace for Landing. I watched that race 3 times last night while the washer was on. And it's not that it was a small field, it's who he beat. Safe Conduct was a legit gold, top-tier Ontario horse last year. And to do all the work in his own, remove to the front, do all the work in his own, and then trot away. It was funny, I watched the slow motion maybe 4 times. Backed it up, maybe 5. And I know that Dominic had let his hobbles out. We had talked about it. And I had told you last night, I think by the end of the year, you're going to see this horse now, race with no hobbles. But I think they could, if you watch the slow-mo, you can see a couple of times where they really kind of hit him, right? They grab him because he's striding out, gets to the end of the rope. I think they could go it again. So very happy with him, very happy with the entire effort last night. Yeah, we didn't Gorgeous Package didn't live up to Even Money Morning Line, right? I get it. I know. Foxy Seaside is disappointing to watch a filly make front in with horses she seemingly should beat and falter and finish fourth, 31 seconds on the enemy. You don't want to see that. But I think of all the failures of yesterday, I think we figured out a way forward for all of them, which is more important than anything. So as I start my day on a Tuesday when we don't have anything racing, after the last 3 or 4 or 5 days of 30, 40, 50 horses racing? It's not 50, but close to 40, I bet. And none today? I guess we'll all focus on what I'm going to focus on. 4 of the 6 in the back. One of them racing in 2 days. The other one racing on Saturday in the Poconos, I believe. And as I drive down the road, I'm going to focus on the road ahead, not just the asphalt in front of me, but the horses that we're about to race. We have a lot going on. I'm excited to see my son play baseball tonight, as I always am. I'm excited to get some horses raced tomorrow night, watch the ones tomorrow afternoon. Thursday afternoon will be fun, and then have a little bit of a road trip with the girls as we head down to Lexington to visit with Kathy and Eric on Friday morning. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I hope you guys have a wonderful day ahead. Hopefully we do also. Bit of a quiet morning, but you know what? It should be a lot of fun. So I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your week.